Now we will see different types of graphs, and these type of graphs includes the directed graph, continuous graph, discontinued graph, and completed graphs. We will see the details of these types of graphs in the coming slides. So in the directed graph, many bioinformatics problems can be solved, and we can use directed graphs to solve the different types of bioinformatics problems, in which every edge is directed from one vertex to another. And we can see that in this diagram, this is one vertex, this is second vertex, and we see that this is the edge that represent the direction of the edge. So this is the directed graph. So each of the edge, it is directed in a specific direction. So these types of graphs are called directed graphs. So every vertex V in a directed graph is characterized by in degree V, the number of the incoming edges, and the out degree V, that is the number of outgoing edges. So we can calculate the outgoing and incoming edges by seeing this diagram. And for every directed graph, G is equal to V and E. V is vertex and E is the edges, and it is represented as the summation of in degree V, and that is equal to the out degree V. So in the directed graphs, the number of in degrees and the number of out degrees, they are equal in number. Since every edge is counted once on the right hand side of the equation and once on the right hand side of the equation. Second is the connected graphs, and a graph is called a connected if all pairs of vertices can be connected by a path, which is a continuous sequence of edges where each successive edge begins where the previous one left off. So in this cyclic graph, we can see that there are many cyclic paths present in this cyclic graph. So the first path is, and then another characteristic of this graph is that when we start from one point, we end up at the same point. So the first path, we start from the vertex 3, and then we move to the vertex 2, then 10, then 11, and then again we end up with at the vertex 3 from where we have started. So there is another path, cyclic path in this one, that starts from 3, then it moves to 2, then from 2 it moves to the vertex 8, from 8 it moves to vertex 6, and from 6 to vertex 12, to then 7, then vertex 5, then from 5 to vertex 11, and then from vertex 11 to vertex 3. So we can see that it moves in this direction. So this is also a cyclic graph. So it means that when the vertices, they are connected with each other, then the graph is called the cyclic graph. The third type of graph is the disconnected graphs, and disconnected graphs can be partitioned into the connected components, and we can think of a graph as a map showing the cities, and we can represent each city as a vertex and the highways as the edges that connect them. And we can see on the map that not all of the cities are connected by the highways. And for example, we can take the example that we cannot travel from Lahore to Colombo through highways, because there is a ocean between the Lahore and the Colombo. So we can see that, for example, if this is Lahore and this is Colombo, we cannot travel directly from here to here. And these are the example of disconnected graphs. And the last example is the complete graph. A graph is called the complete graph if there is an edge between every two vertices in that graph.